I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, and unfortunately today I'm missing my co-host. She is a little under the weather, but I have someone sitting in for me who's extremely making a whole bunch of noise today in the DMV. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Rakeem Harris.
OG Stan, what's up?
What's up, Holmes?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Good to see you on the platform.
Good to see you.
This young man goes way back with me. We got a lot of history. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But welcome aboard. Thanks for coming on to the show. And you also brought a cast member. Introduce your cast member to us.
This is my man right here, Marlon White. My man Mo.
Good to have you, Mo.
Yeah, it's one of my lead guys in the film Stepped On, man. One of the main characters. He plays the role of Calvin. Real good brother, man. Been riding with me throughout this whole film journey.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit on in the show. Actually, in a little bit, because we're not gonna even waste no time. We're gonna get into it and share the platform because we got a lot to talk about. Because
we do.
Me and you got some catching up to do.
Yeah, we
I
do.
finally got this brother on. Look, I had to get him on the show to catch him. That's how busy he is. This young man is a busy man. Yeah. When I tell you his films are phenomenal. You working on another film now, or you just wrapping this?
Yeah,
one?
actually, no, that's been done for a while. I'm actually in pre-production for the next project, which is titled Man of the House. Totally different movie than this one right here. This is more so street oriented.
Okay, so we're gonna save it. We're
gonna
save it.
Giving you the run.
But
right.
Before we get into the show, I'd just like to welcome everybody aboard the Spotlight Over the City. We are a internet talk show who basically we talk about everything from community awareness situations to people who do phenomenal things in the community, such as this young man to my left and also this young man to my right. So it's no one too big or small for the platform. So I just want you to understand that we welcome everybody to the platform. I had a lot of people inboxing me about Spotlight Over the City, and they were asking me if their projects were big enough or whatever the case was. And I just want to say, sure, if you feel your project is a big project and you out here grinding it out, making noise, then your project's big enough. What do you think about that, Rock?
Yeah, I think that's a good look for everyone, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, anything that you can do that can raise visibility to your project, man, this is a good form right here. So
exactly. So make sure you go like our Spotlight Over the City page on Facebook as well. We have a Spotlight Over the City page, and you guys can tune into that. And we normally would be filming on that page. Streaming on that page as well. But today we're not. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to set up because we had a little hiccup. So anyway, we're going to get right into it with our guest. So let me ask you this, Rock. What made you get into films?
But I've always been a fan of films, always, as long as I can remember. But one of the first steps I took was I started out with a public access TV show. TV show was called The Sky's the Limit TV show, which is the name of my brand. And what I would do is I would get different artists to come on and more so showcase their talent. And we would have different forums over there. We would talk about issues as far as like we would have comedians. We would talk about different things going on in the community. And that's how I initially started. Right. And, my man Marlon, Mo White, he was actually my first guest on my first show. Trey Chaney was actually the second guest that I had. And that's how I initially started. And kind of got jaded from doing that. So from that point forward, I started doing music videos. And I kind of hit a ceiling with that. And I wanted to do something a little bit more challenging, which is where the films came in that place.
So, but originally something was inside of you because everybody don't want to do films, everybody don't want to do certain things, some people don't want to write books, whatever the case is. So of course I'm an author. What made you decide out of all the craft, filmmaking, okay, I want to make films, why not acting, why not, I know some of these answers, but for the people who are getting to know you, why not getting into acting, like why not be, what made you decide of all crafts, films? It was something inside
well,
you.
I've always been a writer. You know what I'm saying? From years. Like, even when I started, like, I was younger, I used to be a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, years ago. Many years ago. So, I always had that visual and always had that storytelling concept. But, as far as films, I wanted to do something that could more so challenge me and challenge myself, which is where Stepped On came into play. Okay,
so what motivates you, like, what inspires you in regards to films? Like,
first thing that motivates me is my daughter. That's the first thing that motivates me.
Shout out to your daughter. Say, what's her name?
Sky.
Sky. So that's where you get Sky's the Limit Productions.
From. Exactly. She motivates me, but I'm inspired by like my peers. I'm inspired by everything that's going on in the film community, even locally. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of guys that's doing film I'm motivated and inspired by that, and just the whole culture of storytelling and writing. I'm definitely inspired.
Yeah, shout out to Mitch Creedle too for
shout out to
his
Mitch,
film.
man. Shout out
And
to
everybody
Mitch.
who's doing their thing.
Out the other night too. Salute
yeah,
Mitch, man.
he did. He had a heck of a turnout. I was out there, and a lot of people showed up for that. Tracy Braxton, a lot of other people. Actually, I think her husband was Kevin. Shout out to Kevin too. I know he was in the production.
Oh, okay.
And was it Stacy Tyson?
Yeah, Stacy.
Stacy was in it, and shout out to all of the cast members actually that was in it. They did a great job.
Yeah, Stacy, good people. I work with Stacy on Homegrown. Shout out Stacy. She watching right now. What's up, man?
Okay, shout out Stacy. Yeah, so Homegrown. What's going on with Homegrown?
That was written by Tariq Denson. I was actually hired to actually just
Give your mic to you.
To actually just film the project. You know, I'm not sure where it's at right now. Shout out to Tariq, him and my man Mo Better and Ty Dixon. They trying to get some things together as far as that project went. But I'm just doing a direction on that film. That's not nothing that I wrote.
Oh, so you are the director?
Yeah, I'm just directing for that.
Oh, you only directing?
For that project, yeah. For that, I mean,
so
I
you
write
only directing.
For that project, I'm just directing. But as far as, you know, with stepping on anything else in the future, I write, direct, and I edit also.
Got you. So how did you and this gentleman hook up? Like, how did you guys?
I know Mo for years, man. You know, good dude. You know, we went to school together.
Got
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've like 20 years plus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
And you know, and even with this film journey, like I said, he been with me more so from day one. Back when I started with the public access TV show, he's been there. And even with me doing the music videos, he's been there. And he was here for this too. So
yeah, I remember seeing him in there too.
Yeah, he played a phenomenal role. If you have not seen this movie, please check it out. You would not be disappointed. It's a good story.
Before you go there, give them a quick plug real quick. We're going to plug it again at the end, but tell them where they could find it if they need to get a copy.
You could definitely log on to steppedonfilm.com. Steppedonfilm.com. It's all one word. Check it out, man. You know, you can see the trailer. We got some behind-the-scenes footage on there and also other interviews that we've done prior to the film, you know, being released. So definitely check it out. You would not be disappointed. It's a good story. It's a film for the underdogs. Let me say that.
Okay, so on that note, we're gonna segue into a clip. Jacob, you got that clip up? We're gonna segue into a quick clip of Stepped On. I'm sorry, and I think it's the teaser. I think it's like a 3-minute teaser. Okay, we'll get right into that, and we'll be right back after this teaser. Spotlight over the city.
Yeah, you know, one thing we'll never lose is the ambition to hustle.
Anything you want to tell us about your background, Mr. Moore?
Good, everything.
All right.
Shut up. Are you serious? Oh my God, that is so good. I'm so happy for you. See, I knew good things were gonna happen.
I heard you had a job. So what you now? A janitor?
Some of them got, I ain't trying to get my hands dirty no more.
I respect that. What can I do?
Took him all down Southwest. He had a meeting with some guy, Vic. Said he seen him in front of the courthouse speaking to an agent.
Oh, shit. So I'm down there by the 5-5 building. I see a nigga rapping to a white Fed cap. Right. Envelope was displayed. I ain't no fool.
Right. Look, make no mistake. Ahmad is definitely a wanted man. There may be some other division who has him under surveillance, but if anybody makes a move, it has to come through me.
One homicide victim, man. Close range shot to the back of the head. Look like he been at least 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, they fucked your boy up pretty good, huh? Yeah, homicide boys hit the jackpot. What the hell they got to do with narcotics?
I know you. You're the Don's husband, right?
Yeah, you can get his paper.
You get this paper? How? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
How? What are you doing?
I'm a man.
What does that mean? What are you doing? What are you doing?
But I'm going into that barbershop. I think that's the best move. I think that's a wild decision. I'm going to go in there and pick up on some chat and see what I can find out. Any intel I can get from that, we can definitely use for the case.
And Calvin been in the streets long enough to know those streets better than the people that paid them. And if those streets come looking, you live here too. So does Trail. You have a responsibility. Then you can sit there and play the game if you want to, but know the game you're playing.
I just need a few moves. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I can't keep living this double life. You know what I'm saying? Keep secrets from my wife.
I seen you and Smalley from the club. You fuck, I saved your motherfucking ass. You my guardian angel? I ain't no boss ass slim. You all here to the wool, man. Well, I'll tell you what. Things really are going toward the plan, King. It's actually moving a little too slow. You know, that work that you gave me, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight of the City. I have a super guest with me. To my left hand is Rakeem Harris, CEO of Sky's the Limit. I like how you named that too.
Yeah,
and we also have a great cast member. One of the leading cast members, actually, my man Mo to my right. Welcome to the show. Back to the show.
Appreciate it.
So, how was it working with Rakeem?
Working with Rakeem is always good.
Was it fun? Was he a tough director? Was he hard on you? How was it? Like, how was
Keep
it?
it 100.
Yeah, keep it 100. Lay it out. Like we internet.
It's always good, man, because he creative. You know what I'm saying?
Very creative,
and one of the things I like about him, you know, if he get an idea right there on the spot, he ain't afraid to try it. You know what I'm saying? If we got to ad lib something and it fit right there, then that's what we do. You know, it's not like stick to the script. We can't go around, can't be creative at the moment.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of flexibility with the guy, man. You know, this is my first time doing this. I mean,
that's what I was going to ask you. Was this your first opportunity that he gave you your first opportunity to act?
Yeah, it's as far as an act. I mean, you can. Well, I'll say. Well, yeah, he definitely did that. But I'll say my first time really was in the music videos, I guess, because in a sense we did a couple of those. And shout out to my man Taj Wilson, but
shout out to Taj Wilson.
Yeah, we did a couple of those, so that was my first time really acting. But as a feature, you know, in the movie, man, yeah, this was that. And I ain't like I always say, I ain't even no actor. But my man said, try it out, you fit the role, you know. So
and you did a good job, because I remember that part. I remember because I was looking at it because I was trying to get Rock to do something with me as far as films,
right?
And he gave me a shot early on, like. When we first met, he was in film school, and he did a lot of filming for me that was so professional then.
Yeah.
I knew how great he was then because he was just a student, and this was so far back. But to see your steps now, it's just phenomenal to watch you and see what you're doing now. And just even in the video tip, you be having some amazing concepts and videos, and you do a lot of favors for a lot of people, because I know that you have done a lot of videos for people who normally wouldn't even be able to, you know, be in that lane, so to speak. So.
I mean, that's how I started, you know, just with the, you know, with the music videos and all that. That's the essence of everything between that and the public access TV shows and all that.
Right, right. Yeah. So when you first saw the production, when you guys was and went to the premiere, how did you feel when you saw yourself in your first film acting? Like, how did that make you feel?
Man, I was almost floored, man, because, you know, you see that big wide screen, you know, view. And, you know, you never think that'll be you in there, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, this wasn't nothing that I was pursuing.
Right.
You know, so, yeah, man, it was a great feeling to see that, and to see that turnout, man. The city came out, supported heavy. They supported heavy at all the shows.
That's what makes you feel good when you have a production and people locally. Because, you know, you can get some people from other places to support you because they don't really know you. Yeah. Right. But to see you get support from your local, you know, the DMV itself, and they show love and come out, it had to be a good feeling for you, right?
Yeah,
to see everybody walking into your production.
Yeah, it was, so especially, to see your idea come to fruition and see people come out and support it and comment and like it. Like, it's an overwhelming feeling, you know what I mean? Real good.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you guys, man, because I know, I remember Terry, shout out to Terry, he put me in my first film.
Yeah, Terry
Miles. Shout out to him, he doing big things back and forth here to Atlanta. And got a ton of films he working on. I think he getting ready to put, what was the one? Recognized Part 2 was the last one we was in. I think that's going to be in the red box soon. So to see local guys like this, you know, coming from nothing, making something, is what it should be all about. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, who was one of your favorite directors that you watched early in the game that inspired you, so to speak, to?
It's definitely Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? Spike Lee was definitely one of my inspirations, more so because I mean, because of the social content with his films, especially like with Do the Right Thing, and even back with She's Gotta Have It, when we talked about relationships and the variation of the different characters dating this one woman, and I mean, like, definitely Spike Lee and Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He did like Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Casino and all that. Like, you know, the way he brings together a story and he catches that time period and puts it on film. Like, that's one of the directors I definitely look up to.
What about a Quentin Tarantino?
I mean, he's cool. I like him. But
he's controversial because of some of the things that he puts in his films.
Yeah.
But I just like the rawness and candidness of it all. Like, I like the raw. Yeah. He real raw. Like when he Reservoir Dogs and all that. I like it's hard to, I can't put it into words because when I saw, what's the movie when with the guy Verbal Kemp? with the limp?
You talking about
Not Reservoir Dogs. It was another one. The joint was crazy though because you never saw it coming, and that you had to really pay attention to it. Well, anyway, that's the part I like when you don't see it coming, like in a film where you think it's gonna be one thing, and then it end up being another thing. That's what I like about that. So, do you add any of that element to your films? Like, do you go in with a certain concept when you first start filming, or do you just let it flow?
Yeah, I mean, like Mo was just saying, we do a lot of improvisation on set. We did a lot of improvisation. Like, we would just add stuff in, and you know, I'll sit down and be like, oh, you know what, this would be a good idea to add this. So improvisation is real good. And you want to surprise your audience. You don't want to give them the unexpected. You know, you want to give them the unexpected. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, I don't want to tell about Stepped On, but like, it's a twist in the end of the movie where it's a character that you wouldn't really expect to come out of the woodwork and like say the whole day. You know what I mean? So you gotta let your audience feel like they know what's gonna happen, but you gotta
put a twist on it. Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's what when everybody be like, oh man, not like you ain't see that coming.
Yeah,
type
you
of
gotta
thing.
give them that because you don't want to. I mean, I think sometimes like a film will get real boring if you know what's gonna happen. You know?
Yeah, you can almost like when you get a little more than halfway or just halfway, and you already say, okay, so at the end they probably gonna do this and that.
Yeah.
So then it kind of bore you out a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You gotta have that element of surprise, and then you gotta have like when you telling the story, you gotta have internal conflicts. Like you might have a situation where the whole one character is trying to solve this, but you have little small conflicts that they end up solving up until they get to that main conflict. So storytelling is definitely, you know, story got to be dope. It got to be good, you know.
Right. So when you look around at the state of the DMV, like I remember coming up here young, I don't recall having filmmakers actually coming up in the city. So when you see yourself amongst people that's doing the same thing with yourself, how does that make you feel? To like when you see the DMV thriving in that area, is it competitive? Do you feel like it's a competitive nature thing? Like you be like, oh man, they doing what I'm doing, or do you just feel like it's room for everybody type thing?
I mean, I think it motivates me and it's inspiring as well. I remember being young, like I was in my early 20s and seeing Bruce Brown, the 24/7 joint. You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
that came out. It came out like around 94, 95. And I forgot where I saw that, but they shot it in the city, and it kind of like it was cool to see your stomping grounds, and you see areas that you used to seeing on screen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that Bruce Brown joint, I was like, damn, that's cool how he put that together and he put the city on. And I like what everybody doing, man. You know, Mitch, my man Dion Dove, Twin, Kareem. Vernon, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, definitely my man Ern from Southern Sounds, what he doing with the YouTube Circle of Love joint. You know what I'm saying? I love what everybody doing. I think it's a good time in the DMV to get in the films, man, because everybody's doing something and everybody's doing something different too.
Yeah, that's a good thing, and it's a positive thing just to see people out there putting their own productions together and you know, making it work. I think that's a great thing. So on that note, speaking of production, like when you first got introduced to your script and you had your character, did you feel a way? Or did you was like comfortable with it? Like, did you feel comfortable with your character?
I was comfortable with it. I can't say everything that Calvin does in the movie is something that I've done, but pretty much.
That's what I was going to ask you next. How close to your character do you come in real life as a person?
Yeah.
How close in character is it?
Yeah, we all had a past, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's so that did play a part. It did make me feel comfortable, and kind of it was easy to reach back. It was easy to reach back. You know, I ain't that dude no more, but I could still tap into the dude. It wasn't it wasn't extremely hard to do that. So
do you think it will ever be a time, like say this takes off, which I think one day it will definitely take off and make some tremendous leaps, and you get projected into some big time film or big time role? Is it any role that you would like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I wouldn't play that. I've been asked that before, and I think you know where I'm going. So like, it doesn't matter what character it is. If they say, okay, man, listen, we gonna give you $150,000 for this role. You know, it's not a big film. We don't have a huge budget, but it's gonna be this and that. Would you say if it's this, nah?
I'm just gonna say.
And you can use your imagination on that.
I put him on the spot a little bit, y'all.
Nah, it's all good. There's definitely a couple roles that I'm gonna say no to.
Right.
And I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to offend anybody, but yeah.
No. We're not trying to do that at all. So I guess where I'm going is this: when I watch TV or films today, especially reality shows, what I'm seeing is a lot of male on male situations, female situations, almost in every reality show. Today.
Right.
On primetime, actually, it's not even late night now.
Right.
And so, I think it's offensive to show that in that type of time when children can be subjected to it. Me personally, that's just my personal opinion on it.
I agree.
So we was having that conversation based on what I was watching,
Right.
and young lady asked me, what did I think? Would I take that kind of role? We was watching Empire or whatever, and she was like, do you think you would take that kind of role? And I said no for more than one reason. For one, that's a tough situation for somebody who's not, comfortable with that, and I'm not comfortable with it for one. But I didn't ever want to put myself in a position to be typecast. Like, I'm not getting ready to play no more Goon movies. Like, I've been playing in some thugged out movies. Well, it's not a big deal, but I don't want to be in a position to where if I ever have an opportunity, that's all people saw me as.
Right.
Oh, he can only do that, because that's kind of natural for me to, take that natural role. So I didn't want people to feel like, oh man, that's the only thing he could do. Like Urkel. If you ever see Urkel on screen, you're gonna see him as Urkel.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and if he ever tried to play a tough role, you would laugh it out.
Right.
Because he can't take him serious.
He typecast.
Yeah. Right.
So that's what I mean. Like, he can't jump out there now and be like a gangster, or he can't jump out there and have a serious love scene.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, that's Urkel.
Right. Yeah, I think, but as an actor, even as a director, you got to show some, diversity. You got to be diverse and show that you can do different things early.
For
you know
sure.
Because if you do something, that's like if I came out with a Stepped On 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much being looked at as that guy that just make urban street films.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So you got to show growth early, because people will pretty much like put you in that box where it's like, all right, I know if I'm going to see this movie, I'm going to see this type of movie. I know if I'm going to see this actor, he's going to play this type of role. Like JJ from Good Times. He will always be JJ from Good Times.
He's going to always be JJ from Good Times.
He ain't ever try to do nothing else. So
right.
You got to show diversity.
I agree.
True.
So,
but I wouldn't play no, no nothing like out of pocket for my character, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Though. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's just acting. So you couldn't bring that much to the screen. Like you say, most actors have to play parts that they don't sometimes
like
feel
Will Smith
with.
did in that 6 Degree of Separation joint. And it seemed like once he did that, he skyrocketed. That took him to a whole nother level.
that worked in his favor, but I think that was that's a whole nother subject. That was by design to me. That worked in his favor.
Yeah.
So hey. that brings up another question. How much is like, for instance, they say everybody has a price. Like, so you say, okay, how much is it really worth to you? Like, I always say all money's not good money. That's my theory. You can't put a price on your all money's not good money. So your character and your image is everything to me. Your brand.
Right.
So, I've been offered situations to where I could have come up, and it wasn't even on that tip. It was just against the character, my character, what I didn't stand for. So I turned the situation down just based on that. It was something that I was like, nah, I'm cool on that.
Yeah. Right.
But I could have got a bag real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I look at it the same way with the roles. It's not just typecasting. I just don't want that. I'm not comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of actors, I see them do it and they seem comfortable. So I saw the dude on The Wire. He seemed like, that's really his character in real life. So he seems to be extremely comfortable with that. And
Who was that?
I don't remember his name. One of the brothers. What's his name? I don't watch it that much, but the young guy that sings really well.
Oh, he got a singing career now.
Yeah,
Tristan Wiles or something like that. Wiles,
one of the Lion Sons.
Yeah,
Lucius Lion Sons.
Oh, okay.
So I see when he has that's his character on the show. That's what he plays. So he has to be comfortable playing that, evidently, because he plays a very convincing role of it. So if that's not his case, then he's a great actor.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what, like a Robert De Niro. When you see Robert De Niro, you see him a wide range of an actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's a comedic actor. He can be in heat. Like that. That
Yeah.
convinced me that he had range.
Yeah.
So that's what they call range. I guess my range is a little short.
I think what makes a good actor is you gotta play to be a good actor. You gotta play a role where you're vulnerable, but also play a role where you're in control. If you can find that balance between playing someone that's on top and also someone that's vulnerable and then someone that's powerful at the same time, you a good actor.
A great actor,
I think.
yeah.
But if you pretty much playing the same type of role all the time, you're not really showing your range like that.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Well, I think it's easier though. Like you said, you won't show no range, but a lot of times, like when I first did mine, I ad-libbed my whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because it was coming from where I'm coming from.
Yeah, so it was easy for you to play that.
Yeah, so I just stepped in there and got on my 1-2, and it was like it wasn't a hard situation. Yeah. And then they was like, I wonder how easy it is if you could just jump out there and do such and such. And I was like, probably wouldn't be the same, like because it's something I wouldn't be able to just muster up. You have to study that character, that person, see how their personality is. Because like Denzel Washington, they say he get in a character like he study a person, and like be with them. And see their demeanor and get into their character. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Different people got ways of getting in the character. Like my guy Mark Palmer, he's also in the film also. And when we was on set, before he would get into his character, he wouldn't say anything for like 5-10 minutes. Like he would straight up be in the zone, and then he would just click and go into his role, go into his character. So different people got ways of
zoning,
zoning out and everything like that. So
what did you do? That. Did you have a certain method when you first? Because I know it has to be a little nerve wracking when you first do your first scene and you never acted before, and you step in them lights and them cameras rolling and it's action, right? So how did you get into character or get comfortable with the role to be able to pull it off when you first stepped out there? Did you listen to some music? Did you?
Well, I would think back to those times.
Right, put yourself in the truth.
Yeah, especially in some of those raw moments where like anything to deal with the streets.
Right.
I would kind of like run something in my head from back in the day that really happened.
That made it familiar.
Made it familiar for you. Try to bring the emotion to it, and then by that time, he got the joint going. Let's go.
Right, rock. Let's rock.
Let's get to it.
And then you bang right out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, that's good though. So, do you think it would be comfortable for you, not in any type of role that's offensive or anything like that, but just a whole different broad spectrum? Like now, you have to be this real soft guy that's caught up in love with a woman that's dogging him, and you gotta cry and be all like a chump. That's real life though, because everybody cut from different cloths, Right. So, like, I shouldn't say like a chump, but I mean just like a different demeanor of a guy. Yeah. So, do you think you could pull that off just as easy, like get into that role and just go in it?
I don't think it'll be as easy, but I mean, I'm able to manipulate my mind. I think I can do that too. Right before it's time to get into it, I just find something to tap into that reflects those emotions for that scene.
Right.
So I'm sure I could do it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, Rod, what you think? Can he do it? Can he pull it off? You're a director. You saw his acting. Can he pull it off? Yeah, he can be the soft guy and get the crying on set.
Yeah, it's never been a time we was on set where I felt like he couldn't do what was asked of him. You know what I mean? And, like he said, this is his first time on camera, but he did it well. You know what I mean? You can't really, tell when you look at the film and you see him playing his role. He doing it real good. I know me personally, I've acted for the first time recently when I worked on my man Ern from Southern Sounds, Circle of Love.
Okay, so you never acted in none of your movies?
I did a small cameo in this joint. You know what I'm saying? I did a small role, but I think the most challenging thing I did when I did the Circle of Love with Ern, because I'm playing the character I'm playing a guy that's married, that's cheating on his wife, like a straight up womanizer. Like, that's not my personality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but it was hard though, because it would be certain scenes where I would act something out. I'm like, damn, I don't believe I said that. I'm not really like that. You know what I'm saying? But
that's acting though, right? That's what has to happen.
Yeah, but I really have no desire to act full time. I'd rather just stay behind the camera. Like, I like that better. Guy. Yeah, I'd rather be behind. You know that.
Yeah,
you know me.
Know
you always like, Rock, you need to get it. You know?
Yeah.
I like to be behind the scenes. I don't really like to be in front of the camera like that.
But that's where you're comfortable though. Some people are comfortable, like you say, more so behind the scenes. Myself as well. So when you was writing this script for Step Doing, what inspired you to write? Like, of course I wrote a script, but it was inspired based on my story, my book. But this wasn't a book prior to, right?
Nah, it wasn't.
So what was the inspiration to do Step Doing? Like,
I mean, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's it's a bio on me, but it's certain things I went through, like at a time of my life earlier. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like me a little bit, not a whole lot.
Right.
And then the term stepped on is more so like a metaphor, because it's the drug reference.
Okay.
You know how they step on.
Right.
But also it's a metaphor for his place in the world, because he getting stepped on. Everybody carrying him like he can't provide for his family. He got a mother-in-law that's riding him. He used to being up and having money, but now he on the streets, he ain't up right now. Gotcha. So he more so just being stepped on by everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I was just inspired by different things I went through and just different situations I know other people went through. Like dudes I knew, like, you know, because some men got pride. You know what I'm saying? You got pride where it's like, okay, you just come home or you've been in the streets doing your thing and then you ain't got nothing. You want to be up. Like, that's kind of like what this is about. You know what I'm saying? So I was just inspired by like just different situations, man.
So we're gonna get it. First, I want to go into a clip that you did for me. This is a video that you. This is actually a trailer. From my book.
We had fun making this joint too. Listen,
hey, look, this is great. Segue to it. Segue to it.
Look, so we filmed this in Charlotte, North Carolina, man. It was like 2011.
No more than 12.
And listen, once again, I did not want to be on the camera. It was like, Rock, I need to get you in the scene. So I'm in the scene. You come over in the lecture.
You come over that. But you ain't want to do that though. I was like, man, this dude don't even want to come say what's up in the car.
But we had a lot of film. Like, I mean, when you see this clip, like, one thing I use, I'm gonna talk some director language right now. One thing I use is I had like I used different, when I edited I had different blocks, so you could see what's going on this side of the screen with these dudes, and you see something that's going on the other side of the screen with these dudes, and all of a sudden at the end everything just comes and crashes together. So check it out. We had a lot of fun making this.
But before we go to it, it was so wild the way we didn't have no scripts. Keep this in mind.
And then we had real joints.
We had
real joints.
The police rolled by because they called the police on us while we was filming it because it was so thorough, like it was so raw. Yeah. But we had no scripts. Nobody had a script on the whole joint. It was just like everybody winged it. Everybody ad-libbed they whole everything, right, the whole time. Yeah. And so we just got together and said, you know what, come on, let's go do this book trailer. Yeah. And just rolled out and did that. So mind you, when you watch it, this guy was fresh out of film school. Like this was when he was fresh out of film school, and just look at the quality.
I was in film school.
You was
still
in
out of film school.
That's
I was
crazy.
Still in the joint. Like.
So let's roll to the clip. We'll be right back. Spotlight over the city.
Yeah.
In 1990, Washington, D.C. saw more than 470 homicides, earning it the label murder capital of the U.S.
Shit, there you go right there. Hey, listen, when y'all pull over to the side, I'm going to go in here and rush this dude. When y'all see me rush him, y'all rush in about 30 seconds. Give me about 30 seconds and rush the door. He ain't gonna know what hit him. What's up with you, man? How you feel, dude? Good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, I gotta tell you about this meeting, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to see. I went and talked to the Diamonds the other day, man. I don't know, man. It's been a little funny.
Yeah, man.
I can't really say, but I got a funny feeling that these dudes are feeling at me.
Sure. You already know what it is. Wait for Black to get in there, give us the signal. Run up in the joint, snatch this nigga up, get this bread, spaz out.
So when you leave here, you gonna go get something to eat? Yeah.
What's up, miss?
It's about time. Somebody keep calling here, hang it up. Ever since you've been gone, somebody just keep calling, hang it up. What's going on?
All right,
Thank you.
See you later, miss.
All right, take care.
I'm there out. They ain't saying nothing?
No, we just keep hanging up. When you hear all day long, every time you leave, all day long.
Man, fuck this. I'm going to Atlantic City. This is my birthday. I ain't shooting all this shit, man. What? They ain't say nothing?
Nothing at all. Just keep calling, hang it up. When you're in here, it doesn't ring. As soon as you leave, ring. Nobody's saying nothing.
Probably one of them damn females. You know how they do. Get this shit in. It's my 28th birthday.
Let's get it in. I'm ready
closed,
to go.
man. Oh, man.
Excuse me, sir. We are closed.
Get
down.
Get down.
Fuck that shit.
I ain't got no shit. Get up.
Where that shit at?
Get up.
Hey, man. Get there. You know you fucking with. I don't give a fuck. Just let me up.
Hey, Joe. Get this nigga this money, man. Else he gonna kill you.
I don't got no. I'm gonna take you to some money. Just let me up.
All right, get your ass up there. Come on.
Get me up, man.
Let's go.
Just get me up. I'm gonna take you to some money, man. Oh, it's tripping.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight Over the City. Hey, y'all saw the production, man. Was it hot? What you thought? I thought it was bomb. Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
We had a lot of fun making that joint. Man.
We had amazing time shooting that, man. Like, we almost got in trouble. But when I say it was hot, we did it off the cuff, man, that was hot. It's supposed to be a book trailer, by the way, not a movie trailer.
Yeah, check out that book, Blackbird Melly.
Yeah, Blackbird Melly, The Transformation of a Gangster, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and we getting ready to get that film out there, too, though. So, I'm going to be a what do you call it, a filmmaker myself in a minute. Yeah, so that's when we first hooked up and we was talking about that, and you was like, man, you ain't had time because you was doing your own film, and I was trying to get you to do some shooting for me. But let's talk about that for a little bit, because that's one of your earlier projects, and when you was doing a lot of videos, you was like, man, I'm gonna do it, and you did that for school.
Yeah. I was doing. That actually was a school project.
That was a project.
I was doing it for,
It turned into a production for me, but it was actually a project for you in school, and then he ain't let you use it.
Nah,
he ain't
let
you use it.
It was
too
violent
violent or
or
whatever, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was real though.
But that's a scene from my book. That's a real life scene that happened to me in real life. Like, I just told my story, and that's just one of the small situations that was in the book. And so it's not like we made it up. It's real life. That's what happened. So I kept it light as I could, but I guess it wasn't light enough, huh?
Yeah, nah.
They was like, nah, we not doing this mess right here. Not in this school, huh?
Yeah, but it was good though. Like I said, it was a challenge because that was the first time I ever edited anything in that way with the boxes and all that. And
you killed it too.
Man. Yeah,
you killed it.
It was real good.
So on to the next thing. So like, what is one of your projects that you headed into next?
Well, my next film is called Title Man of the House, and it's totally different from Stepped On. Stepped On was a street urban film. What I'm doing with Man of the House is I'm also tapping into the whole single parent, single mother son relationship, and it's about a mother. It's set more so in the 80s. It's about a single parent. She's raising her son. She just went through a divorce, and the father's moved on, but the son is pretty much hating on his mother dating other men.
Okay,
So it's kind of like it's a
real
comedy.
life though.
It's a comedy, kind of like set like Everybody Hates Chris with the voiceover narration. It's kind of like set like that. So it's set in the 80s. So that same little boy grows up and becomes a man in 2017, and he's dating a woman that has a son, and he's having a hard time connecting with the son the same way he did.
Repeated situation.
Yeah, same repeated situation. I feel like I see a lot of films, and I don't really think I've seen anything like that attack, to capture that single mother, that demographic there. So
is this something that you? Because I grew up under a single parent household myself, so I can kind of identify. Yeah. Also, I've been in a situation that I got involved with a young lady that had children, and that transition is one of the toughest things about a relationship. So is that where you pull from it, like in a real life situation?
Yeah, real life situation. Like I was like, my mother and father got divorced. I wasn't having it. Like I wasn't digging nobody coming around my mother. You know what I'm saying? And then when my father, I was young. I was like 10, pretty much the same age of the character in the film. I was 10 years old. I remember one time my father came around when my boyfriend was around. I thought they was going to box. They wanted to talk about the Redskins. They were like,
"Are you serious?"
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I mean, that's how sons are sometimes, because they protective of their mothers.
Of course.
So I feel like that'll be a good story. And then even with the fast forward with, the grown man dating someone that's having a kid, having a child, and trying to connect with her son, that's something that a lot of people will be able to relate to. But like I said, there's no cops, there's no killings or nothing in this joint. This is straight up comedy, something that everybody can enjoy. So.
Yeah, I like how you reach, so that shows the diversity of your directing.
Yeah, I want to show diversity. I don't want to keep doing the same thing, you know what I mean? Because that shows growth as a director and as a writer as well, to do different things. So
did you cast the homie in there? He got a role?
We talked about that. But see, I don't want to have the same, the same character. So I got something for him. But this is not for him. But I do have one of the characters that my man Marcelo, he played the undercover cop in Stepped On. He'll be playing the stepfather and then his wife, who played Crystal in this movie, she'll be playing the mother. You know, and also the guy, let me say, Zeke. Isaac, he'll be playing the grown man. He also was a detective in this joint right here. So it's some of the same characters from Stepped On, but not a lot.
Okay.
You know, I just want to show growth and just show, you know, something different. So.
Okay, so how long before that project will be done? Or do you
I'm
have
in
a projected
pre-production
date?
right now, but like I said, it's a lot of kids in the film.
Okay.
So I'm waiting till school ends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely when school lets out, it's in pre-production right now. So definitely by like the summertime, we'll go into shooting. And it's not a real big cast. I got like maybe 9 actors at the most, and it's not a real big production. It's not a lot of different scenes. It's not no.
Is that on purpose? Like when you dumb down the cast, like to a smaller
well, the
cast,
story
is that
doesn't
on
really
purpose?
call for that. The
Gotcha.
story doesn't really call for like a whole bunch of big characters. You know what I mean? It's about a, you know, it's a scene set in the 80s, a scene that's set now, and it's a couple main characters in both, you know, in both parts. So it's not a real big production like that.
So if you had your way, I dropped $10 million in your pocket right now. You have a super duper budget. You can make any film you choose. Do you have any idea what you want to shoot?
I want to do a film called Kings of K Street. Kings of K Street. And it won't be no drug film. It'll be more so about like DC government earmarks and how different things go on with the government.
Yeah.
In DC. Kings of K Street. You know, K Street is like the main thing. You know, you got Pennsylvania Avenue, all the politicians at the White House.
Right.
K Street is more so all the corporate things going on in the city.
Gotcha.
So Kings of K Street. And I already blocked that, so don't nobody take
Kings
that
of
name.
K Street.
Kings of K Street.
So,
you know.
Okay.
But it
let's
won't
talk
be no
about that for a
street
minute.
joint. It won't be no street movie though. It'll be
That's
Kings
super
of K
diverse.
Street
So
on
you
some
go
corporate
from Stepped On
to the single parent man of the house.
Man of the House
to Kings of K Street.
To Kings of K Street. 3 totally different genres.
Growth, man.
Growth.
It's growth. Like I said, I don't want to stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? Just when you sitting there tripping off this and thinking, all right, what else he gonna come with? I want to come with something totally different.
Left field, yeah.
You know, so
that does show diversity. So, are you planning to do anything like put your films in like the film festivals, or? Cause I think they got one coming up in Miami.
Yeah, I didn't make the deadline for that. For the
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. Yeah, but like I said, I just released this on DVD because I had some issues as far as like with the music and everything.
Got you.
Because I got a lot of I got the stylistics, I got Erykah Badu, I got a lot of stuff that I couldn't get clearances for, so that was the hold up.
Gotcha.
So I got the okay on it now. That's why we releasing it, you know, years on out. But,
so again, where can they get it again?
SteppedOnFilm.com, all one word. SteppedOnFilm.com. Definitely, you know, you can order the DVD on there. And you can also check out the trailer, behind the scenes footage, interviews, and everything like that.
That's what's up. So what about your social medias? You want to give out any information that you can give the public?
Well, actually, the film Stepped On _film. That's our Instagram page, and my personal Instagram is Rakeem Deshaun, which is my middle name, Deshaun, all one word, DESEAN, and on Facebook, Rakeem Harris.
Rakeem Harris. So Mo, you want to give out some of your information so they can follow you up for anything you have? Matter of fact, before we go to that, do you have anything else that you want to talk about that you are involved in before we close out the show?
Well, I'm not doing films right this moment, but I play for a band.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I'm going to shout out my band, G-Swag Band and Show.
Shout out G-Swag.
That's what's up. Shout out G-Swag. So where you guys playing next?
Every Friday, we down at Tinderbox in Waldorf.
Every Friday. You want to get it out? Every Friday. What's the name of the spot?
Tinderbox in Waldorf.
Tinderbox.
Yeah, the cigar lounge. Come on down, get you a cigar, get you a drink, and get your party on. That's every Friday from 9 to 1 a.m. We doing 3 sets.
At the Tinderbox. Tell me what you playing. What you banging on?
I play the congas.
Yeah,
he's smacking.
I've been playing for years.
Okay, I gotta come check that out. I wish we had a clip. I would have played the clip so I could check y'all out.
Clip. I got the clip of you doing a solo.
I wish I had that joint. I would have. Yeah, I wish I had it. I would have played it for you guys. So I would have checked it out. So man, I enjoyed you guys.
No doubt.
I
Thank
definitely appreciate it, man.
I want to say something, Stan.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
I've known you for years, man. You definitely been like a mentor to me, really. Because when I was in film school and we was riding around Charlotte, you keep me motivated. Like, Rock, you gotta do this. Rock, you gotta keep it up. And it was hard, man. Because when I was in film school, I was grinding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was really like struggling, and it wasn't sweet. But you definitely
we both was grinding though. Well, I know what it took.
Yeah.
See, because we both was grinding, but I've been at this all my life. I'm 49 now. I've been doing this since 17 years old.
Yeah.
So like I've been self-employed that long, so I understood that you're gonna hit some valleys. A lot of people don't get that. You're gonna hit some valleys, and a lot of people hit those valleys and quit. Like I'm gonna go get a job and then get another job. And there's nothing wrong with getting a job, but you gotta keep your focus. You gotta know why you had that job. You gotta stay in the trenches. So because I have been doing it so long, I knew that it's easy to waver if you don't have no support. And so you was in a city that you didn't even know nobody like that. So I said, this dude, I don't want him to mess around and give up on this dream right here, because I saw it getting hard for you. And I said, man, when it get hard, people give up and they get into survival mode.
Yeah.
You know, you kick right into survival mode and you start doing what you have to do to survive. I mean, I'm not saying I'm illegal. I'm saying you do what you have to do. Get 1 job, 10 jobs, whatever you have to do. But you sometimes lose sight of what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So I remember, man, you took many rides, man, and we talked about our dreams and what we want to do in the future, and we both gonna end up back in the city. We coming back home, and we're gonna do this, that, and the third. And so it became a reality for both of us.
I came back first. He was like, Rock, what you doing up there,
yeah,
man?
I was calling and checking on him because I say, man, when you come back up to the city, don't get in the box.
Yeah.
I say, because this city right here, they mess around and have you boxed in. Because a lot of people, you know, they trendsetters in the city, and so they'll have you following the trend and get off your grind, because everybody not going where you going.
And that's one of the reasons why I left. But I think what it is now, like I said, with with all these guys, like I said, Mitch and all these guys doing films, like you can't help but to stay motivated and stay inspired by what people are doing. So
exactly,
and you got to stay resilient, man. That's another thing you told me too. Definitely stay resilient, man.
So you paid attention to the old man a little bit,
no
huh?
doubt.
So man, I was telling you what I was practicing, what I was preaching, man. Like when I met this man, I was in the trenches myself. I'm talking about like sweat and tears, like while I'm talking motivating you, I'm needing motivating. Like I'm needing somebody get in my ear and be like, Stan, I'm telling you, don't quit. You can do it. But I just knew that we was both struggling together. And so look fast forward, everything that you told me that you was involved, like, wanted to be involved in, you came home and did just that. You came home and you stepped on the gas and you did what you had to do. And so I followed suit and came home, and I'm doing the same exact thing. So shout out to everybody in the DMV, though, that's entrepreneurs that's doing big things in the city. No matter what it is, even if you're just getting started. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't waver. Surround yourself with good people. The most important thing that I found about being an entrepreneur is you have to have a strong support system. If you don't have people that believe in what you have going on, get away from around them, because they will poison everything that you have in your goals and in your vision. And the reason why is because they don't see themselves having any ambition, any goals. So because it's a long-term homeboy or homegirl, so what? I have counseled a whole bunch of jokers contracts that was cool with me we was A1 from day one until I started doing things that they wasn't doing.
Yeah.
And so it didn't make me better or worse than them. They just saw me in a different light.
Yeah.
Oh, he doing film. Oh, he got a book. Oh, he think. Well, when I start hearing that chatter, I start dismissing jokers.
Yeah.
No disrespect, Slim, but I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut ties, because I knew it was poison.
Yeah.
And I knew that the more you try to do and the more you let them in, they only gonna come in to become more poison. Yeah. I knew that though. Yeah. And so because I had a best friend that kind of stabbed me in the back and showed me early that envy is real, jealousy is real, and that energy will transfer. Energy transfers.
Yeah, that's true.
So if people around me not talking positive, they not talking around me no more. You know why? Because I have the right to separate myself. So I don't let no city put me in no box. I love this city, man. That's why I came home, because I wanted to be positive for the city. Yeah. I've been motivational speaking for a while, and I was doing it in Atlanta, I was doing it in Charlotte. But I wanted to come back here because I felt it was a good time to spread something, good energy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I came back with a whole different mission. So I don't even put myself in the same circle with the people that I use. Not that I'm above them. It's just that we have two different agendas. Yeah. You feel me? So if you ain't if we not confidants, then we from a distance. Yeah. You feel me? So I think you should keep that in mind, because I promise you, you're going to have a lot of people pulling on you because they see where you going. But they don't have the same intent as you. They just want to be in your face in case you make it there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm real big on energy, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on energy and I'm big on vibes. And it's like at this point in my life and at this age, I don't really have no time to waste. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's fourth quarter, fourth down, but You know what I'm saying? Every move got to count.
It's fourth quarter, fourth down. When you win this game right here, you better carry it like that every down. It's fourth down.
Yeah,
I promise you, man.
Energy, like any vibes or any you know what I'm saying? It's not that you don't have no love for them. It's just that you know, you outgrow people sometimes.
That's it.
So.
That's it. It's no disrespect. So I'm not saying that you should look at yourself above anybody because I don't believe in that. But you have to see it for what it is. Because it's going to be what it is, whether you see it for that or not. I promise you it's going to present itself again and again until you get the lesson. Yeah. So I was letting a friend, oh, this is my man, and blah, blah. Well, if it's your man, then they won't try to handicap you. Yeah. Like when you see people in the media and they rich and they get on crack, you had a bad circle. Yeah. See, because somebody in your circle should have snatched that ass up and say, Slim, what you doing? Yeah. You can't get on crack if me and you hang together every day. Yeah. You know why? Because I see something in you, and if I'm your real friend, I can't let you smoke crack. Because whoever you smoking with, they don't see your goals. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So I look at these, like, what's the Laker boy? Got on outside.
LeBall.
Yeah, good dude. Your circle bag. Yeah. You ain't no support system. Because who gave you crack?
But see, I don't understand. I don't understand how people at that level. Like, if I had, I ain't even up like that. But if I had that type of money, I'd stay really out the way. You know what I'm saying? Let alone be like, you know,
you get vulnerable. You get vulnerable though when you let people around your circle that's not in the same realm as you. You get vulnerable. You start getting subject to what they involved in. Because you got the bag, so they looking at you. Yeah. Come on, man, let's go have some fun. But you don't play for the Lakers, Holmes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing about your fun. Your fun might be whack to me because I'm a rich dude. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So on that note, you guys, I just want to tell every entrepreneur out there, stay to the grind, man. Stay to the grind. I don't care how tough it is. You got to have some higher power in your life. You got to have a spirit-based life. You got to balance yourself. If without that balance, you will fall. Trust me. And when you fall and you don't have nothing bigger than you to pick you up, what you going to do? Who you looking for? Who you looking at? Because you're going to look weak at one point, and so where your strength coming from? You feel me? So all I'm telling you is stay balanced, stay out the way, stay sucker-free, stay positive, keep your energy good, energy transfers. And on that note, you guys, thank you for tuning in to Spotlight of the City. Love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. A key modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city.